$10,000 won't make you rich, but it will stop certain emergencies from destroying you. Here's the truth most finance advice skips over. The first $10,000 you save isn't about building wealth. It's about buying yourself options when life goes sideways. And right now, with rent eating half your paycheck and one trip to urgent care costing what you make in a week, most Americans are one broken transmission away from financial chaos. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what shifts once you hit that number, not in some motivational sense, but in actual, measurable ways your financial life becomes less fragile. Because $10,000 doesn't change everything, but it changes enough. Let me show you what I mean. Most people think saving $10,000 is about having money. It's not. It's about having time. When your car breaks down and the repair is $1,200, you're not scrambling to put it on a credit card at 24% interest. You're not begging for an extra shift. You're annoyed, sure, but you handle it and move on. That's the difference. You stop making financial decisions out of panic. And that matters more than it sounds, because when you're constantly reacting to emergencies with debt, you're not just paying for the emergency, you're paying interest on it for months, sometimes years. A $1,200 car repair becomes $1,600 by the time you're done. $10,000 in the bank means you stop bleeding money that way. The psychological shift is just as real as the financial one. There's this low-level stress most people carry when they're living paycheck to paycheck, this background hum of what if something happens. It affects how you sleep, how you negotiate at work, whether you feel trapped in a job you hate because you can't afford to miss a single check. $10,000 doesn't make that disappear completely, but it turns the volume way down. Let me break down the specific things that shift. First, you can handle most common emergencies without debt. Car trouble, medical copays, an unexpected vet bill, a broken phone, even a sudden job loss for a month or two if you're careful. You're covered. That's not theory, that's just math. The average American emergency expense is somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000. You can absorb several of those without your life falling apart. Second, you get access to better financial products. A lot of people don't realize this, but having money saves you money. You can meet the minimum balance requirements to avoid monthly bank fees. You can put down deposits without it hurting. You might even qualify for better credit terms because you're not maxed out everywhere. It's not fair, but it's how it works. Third, and this one's subtle, you stop making expensive decisions out of fear. You're not staying in a job that's underpaying you because you're terrified to take 2 weeks between gigs. You're not staying in a bad living situation because you can't afford first, last, and security on a better place. You have room to make moves. Now, let's be clear about what $10,000 doesn't do. It doesn't solve systemic problems. If you're drowning in student loans or medical debt, $10,000 isn't going to fix that. If your rent just jumped $400 a month, this isn't a long-term solution. And it definitely doesn't replace actual income growth or career moves. This is a foundation, not a finish line. Also, getting there is hard. If you're living paycheck to paycheck right now, I'm not going to pretend you can just cut back on lattes and save $10,000 in 6 months. For a lot of people, this might take 2 years, 3 years, and that's okay. The point isn't speed, it's direction. Some people hear $10,000 emergency fund and think it's some arbitrary number finance gurus made up. It's not random. It's based on what most people actually face: medical deductibles, car repairs, a gap in employment, rent while you're between places. You're covered. That's not theory, that's just math. And once you have it, you protect it. This isn't vacation money. It's not a down payment fund. It sits there, boring and untouched until you actually need it. That's the whole point. Here's where it gets interesting. Once you hit $10,000 and that money is locked in as your safety net, your entire financial strategy can shift. Now you can think about investing, retirement accounts, paying down high-interest debt more aggressively, building toward bigger goals like a house or starting a business. But all of that works better when you're not one emergency away from unraveling everything. Think of it like this. $10,000 is the difference between playing defense and playing offense with your money. Before you have it, you're just trying not to lose. After, you can actually start to build. So no, $10,000 won't change your life overnight. It won't make you wealthy, but it will make you stable in a way that's hard to appreciate until you've lived without it. It gives you options, space to breathe, the ability to say no to things that don't serve you. And in an economy that feels like it's designed to keep you stressed and stuck, that's worth more than the number in your account suggests. Real security comes from understanding the rules, even when they're stacked against you. If this helped clarify what you're actually working toward, hit subscribe. Next week, we're talking about the hidden costs of being broke and why being poor is so expensive in America. See you then.